Be blessed by the divine. Story of My Life by Sri Vethathiri Maharishi. Chapter 10. Shift to Madras. The teachers at the night school changed year by year. The fee they charged rose to ₹1.50. I picked up English, Tamil, and arithmetic. My teacher declared that the standard I had reached in my studies was the equivalent of Form 4, Standard 9. I was now 18. I felt the urge to quit handloom weaving and secure some other kind of job. I spoke about this to Karpagam, my eldest sister. Her husband, Shanmuga Mudaliyar, was a practitioner of Siddha medicine. They lived in Madras city. They took me with them to Madras and asked the people they knew to get me any kind of employment they could. I refer to these happenings in the following lines. Any man who passes to reflect on joy and grief in life and their effect, and notes two states of being, one as man, the other as God, will feel impelled to scan illness and death and crying human need. From ignorance of these, I too attempted to be freed. These questions once did, day and night, bewilder one. He then, pursuing light, went straight to learned men. But what they said, he found no help. When thus great Buddha shed his royal crown and trod the path of misery, how could such problems be solved by one like me? A hovel was my dwelling, scanty too my food. The thirst was there for progress and for making good. English I therefore chose to study. It might lead to trade or government service and fill my need. By day I worked for wages, but at night I learned 2 languages by oil wick light. I did without my breakfast, whose cost was coins 3. I hoarded that small amount. It became my tutor's fee. By the time I reached 18, I found I could read and write both English and my mother tongue. To lead a weaver's life was hateful, so I went to Madras. In searching for a job, we spent a goodly time, and then I secured a place in postal service. Then beamed with joy my face. My tears were dried. However, had such work as promised betterment that I never did shirk. I stayed in my sister's house. My brother-in-law tried hard to find a job for me. In those days, there were clubs in all cities where they arranged to take bets on horse races. Hundreds of these were to be found in Madras alone. The job I got after about a month was at one of these, the Royal Racing Club on Mount Road. I was paid 50 rupees a month. There were races twice a week, on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I had to be at the club between 3 and 7 in the evening of the day previous to the race. On the day of the race, the hours were from 8 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. On the day following, I had worked from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. On working days, I was paid a refreshment allowance of 1 rupee for every half a day of work and ₹1.50 for a whole day. I thus cleared not less than 75 rupees for a month. For the level of education I had, this was a piece of good luck. I gave 10 rupees to my parents, subscribed 10 rupees to a chit fund, and handed over the balance to my brother-in-law. The story of my life by Sri Vethathiri Maharishi will continue in the next video. Visit simplifiedkundaliniyoga.com. Start your journey of consciousness today. Be blessed by the divine.